this stuff out in front of my house. It's kind of creating kind of a screen. I really kind of like this area. I've got all these moringa, and this is a Mexican sunflower. They grow to be about 15-20 feet tall. This is the side of my property here. Cannot see anything. Cannot see my house through all this dense foliage. It's going to get thicker too. That's the moringa right there. And this is the Mexican sunflower. And this gets big clusters of them all over the place. It really looks good. I've got this wood here to kind of, as you can see, I'm trying to divert water away from my property. And I'm going to fill this hole in here, this gap, eventually. I've got a bunch of dirt to fill in the backyard too. That's sorghum. I really like this red flower. And that's my blue spur flowers. They haven't gone to flower yet. People use it for toilet paper. And this, that's I've got 3 mulberries out here. 1, 2, and then the third one, I don't know what happened to it, but it was tall, and then, I don't know, it's just the top half of it broke off. So anyways, I just got a lot of stuff in here. This is a volunteer. It's a beauty berry. These are really nice looking. This is sugar cane. Somebody gave me this sugar cane. I've got about half a dozen or more. Bunch of this hibiscus here. This is really good. This thing's tastes kind of like fruit roll-ups. There's spinach, chia spinach. This is really good. Turmeric. More sugar cane. Mexican petunias. I got a great plant growing here. I actually cut it with a weed whacker accidentally last fall, but it's coming back, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's more sorghum. They call this the pancake plant. You take the seeds and grind them up and make flour, and then you squeeze the sugar out of the canes for your syrup. More of the toilet paper plants growing. Some more sugar cane there. And that is a ivy gourd cucumber. Very aggressive, very prolific, very invasive, but it makes really good these little cucumbers. And this is what they call shampoo ginger or pine cone ginger. It produces these little pine cones. They're red and purple, and they're really very nice looking. And you squeeze them, and they produce. Paul Mitchell or one of those outfits, they use this in their shampoo products. So if you run out of shampoo, conditioner, you just squeeze one of these pine cone ginger plants and you got instant shampoo. And this is Tulsi basil or holy basil. I haven't used it yet, but it's supposed to be pretty good. And there's my one of the wild wing yams. And somebody gave me this lemongrass. I just threw it right there. Seems to be going pretty good. And I got a bunch of moringa growing here. I put these bricks out here so I won't step on them. And then this is one of my favorites right here. These tomatoes, these are Everglades tomatoes, and they taste like beefsteak tomatoes. They're so flavorful. I absolutely love these things. They are absolutely delicious. And the plant grows like a weed. And this is a volunteer. I just put this stake up to get growing. But these things are absolutely delicious. Every once in a while I'll get some, the bugs will burrow into them, but you don't taste them. Got a bunch of moringa growing right here. This is all a big row of moringa. And the purpose of this is the south-facing wall. I'm going to have the moringa shade this wall for me during the summer, hopefully. And then I got these two. This is another layer of shade. And then these are Jerusalem artichokes. I got a bunch of them in the front yard too. I don't know what this is. But this, oh, that's a canary melon. I threw some seeds out there. I had some canary melons and I tossed the seeds out there. And I think I've actually got, I thought I saw one. I think I've got a melon here somewhere. I saw a melon here. I got one, there it is, right there. One little melon growing. Pretty happy about it. Got some rose cuttings there from my roses out front. And that's a Suriname cherry. Some California poppies in there. Some delphinium in the back. And this wood came off that tree over there. So I just dragged it over here to hold this stuff in. There's a pepper plant. I've had very bad luck with peppers. I can't seem to get the peppers going. There's another tomato plant. Carrots. Those carrots have gone to flower. I'm pretty excited about that. A lot of this stuff I just try to get it to go to seed and just propagate itself. Somebody gave me these strawberries. I gotta get them in the ground. And these are the blueberries. I got them in pots. Somebody said to keep them in pots, they grow better. And this isn't doing very good. And then I got, I don't know if that's squash or zucchini. More blueberries, more squash, zucchini, bananas. Tomatoes. Camellias? No. Gardenias. There's some more Mexican Mexican sunflowers. Angel trumpet. I bought these from some guy in the Mediterranean. This is what they call St. John's bread, or carob plants, carob trees. And they're growing. I'm really happy about that. And these are some cuttings off the mulberry in the backyard. More moringa. And then this is all papaya. Got some papaya seeds. Just took a papaya, cut open the seeds, throw them in the ground, boom, papayas. I don't know what these are. This is some kind of a root, I think. These are cuttings just off a plant I got. These pads, they don't have any stickers on them. You just pull a pad off and eat it or cook it. And I don't know what's going on here. This doesn't look good. This red. I'm afraid that might be some kind of an infection or something. something happened to this one too. I don't know, that doesn't look good. Does not look good. These cacti, these produce a Peruvian apple. It's some kind of a fruit. And this one's fantastic. A lady gave me a big 10-foot piece, and it broke. And so I've got one piece here, one piece in a pot there. And I had another one. I don't know what happened to it. There should be 3. There's a third one. Oh, there it is, back here. That one's still alive, but it's not producing anything like this. This thing might produce some fruit this year. That'd be pretty neat. Some guy gave me these cuttings. This is dragon fruit. And then of course I got all these pineapple I gotta get in the ground. And these things, you cut the top off the pineapple, and you cut it into quarters, and you can, from one pineapple you can get 4. You can produce 4 more pineapple plants. I think that's a mulberry tree right there too, from a cutting. I just take the cuttings. This is some kind of a jasmine. Got me a little. Here's a pineapple in the ground, and then I transplanted one of the. Is that it? The ivy gourd cucumbers. There it is, right there. That's the ivy gourd cucumber. I transplanted a chunk of it over here. Pretty happy about that. I want to get that stuff going all over the place. And this is more of the wild winged yams. I've got this thing going. I got about a couple dozen of them buried out here. Air potatoes buried in this little patch, and it's all going to grow up this tree. It's gonna completely cover. Oh, there's a piece up there. It's already up there. But in another month, this tree, you won't be able to see this tree. This tree will be covered in ivy gourd or wild winged yams. And it's already taking over. That's ginger. I got ginger growing all over here too, all around this. All the trees have got ginger growing around them. There's some Seminole pumpkins. And I've got some spinach, chaya. No, this is cassava. It's a root, tuber. More Mexican sunflowers. Another Seminole pumpkin. Just a whole bunch of stuff growing in here. Another mulberry cutting. More Mexican spinach. This is a Seminole pumpkin as well, starting to grow a little bit better. It's getting more sun, I think. And this is all cassava. This makes a nice screen. And nobody will ever know. Nobody knows that you can eat this. You can eat the tubers. There's a rose and some more wild wing yams, Seminole pumpkins, chaya spinach, cassava, all along here. This fence line's all cassava, and actually I guess I got some beans in there too. That's all beans right there, and sweet potatoes and bananas. And this is should be some Seminole pumpkin in there. This is red Turk's cap. It's not blooming right now, but the flowers are edible. And then we come out here. This is the back. This is my little view of the pond. I got my little horseshoe pit set up here. Horseshoes. There's the house. There's my pallet wood furniture, patio furniture. There's one of the old kayaks I built. And I've got, so we got some more wild wing yams growing up these trees. Pineapple, some spinach, that's a mulberry. More cassava. And then I came out here and I planted some more mulberries and beans and cassava. There's a cassava right there. And then I planted these flowers. I got all these flowers. I think those are all beans over there. I got all these flowers growing. And the idea here is to create this picture of this nice flowering wildlife kind of waterfront property so I can sell this place. And it's like kind of it's a food forest. You know, I got sweet potatoes growing here and cassava and mulberries and red Turk's caps. More cassava there. Mulberry, red Turk's caps. Over here we got some flowers. Oh, we got a bunny rabbit. A bunch of cottontails running around here. And this is potatoes, wild wing yam. Oh, this is a flower, amaranth, amaryllis. I got a whole bunch of cassava going here. Rows and rows of cassava on this side, rows of cassava over here. There's the other kayak, red Turk's cap. And then down here, somebody had a bunch of these. They said, "Here, you want these?" And I said, "Yeah." And it's got a nice little flower growing. Should look good too. I think I'll go. I might. And then, of course, the lotus flowers are all blooming out there. But I can go over on the other side of the pond and take a picture of all this stuff blooming over here. There's a white one. I don't know what these things are, but they're pretty nice looking. I just chucked them all out here on the side of the pond. And hopefully it'll have all bloomed, all look really nice. And my neighbor, he brought this boat over here. But, each one of these plants should produce about between 5 and 10 pounds of food. So I've got all these cassava. I come here with a weed whacker and mow it. And then these are Mexican sunflowers. These little canes. I normally just make them 6 inches and stick them in the ground, but then I end up stepping on them, or somebody comes out here and breaks them. So I'm leaving them tall so people see them and leave them alone. And I've planted these things all the way down the other side of the pond. Actually went all the way back there, and I did this last winter. I put a few hundred of them, but the pond flooded and I lost them all. But I think we're going to have a drought now, so I'm planting everything again. I should be able to pull a few thousand pounds of food out of here at some point. So I really like coming out here, and I harvest some ginger, and I'll harvest a little sugar cane. I make myself some ginger ale, homemade ginger ale, and I bring it out here and put it in my little cooler and come out here and play horseshoes. And it can be 100 degrees out there in the middle of the day, and this is in the shade all day long. So it's really nice, it's really cool. If there's a little breeze blowing through here, it's just so nice down here. So, and I don't really feel like running my air conditioning all day long, so I just come down here and hang out. I like it down here, it's really nice. Now this is an air potato, but I didn't plant it, and I've tried to kill it, and I can tell this one's poisonous because it's twisting around the vines from right to left, and the ones I planted, they twist from left to right, but these are poisonous. And I don't know how they got here. Spinach, sweet potato leaves are delicious. So these are volunteers. I don't know where they came from. I don't remember planting them. I think it's sorghum. Just two little. First I thought it might have been corn for the Sleepy Joe corn maze. Here we go, we got more. This is all ginger and turmeric, and then tomatoes, sweet potato. Sweet potato is all volunteer. I keep pulling it out, but it keeps coming back. There's some yams, wild wing yams growing. This stuff grows really, it's really aggressive, and it will absolutely just completely cover this tree in a few months. And so I don't have much going in here. This is collards and okra. God, the okra's, this thing is absolutely incredible. I've got okra coming out of my ears. So this is all okra. That's a pear. I got another pear over there. You got to have two to get fruit. And this is the peach tree. I just harvested this. I pulled about 3 or 4 dozen peaches off of it. Fantastic. I've had it for 3 years, and it finally produced some peaches. They're great. And I just harvested all this lettuce. It's already coming back again. And then here's some tomatoes. I don't know what kind of tomatoes these are. And I just take a stick. This is a vine, an old dead vine. I've just got these sticks in the ground to get them to train on. And this, I think that's fennel. I've never had fennel before. I think this is fennel as well. I can't wait to see what that's like. And I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff in here. I don't even know what it is anymore. But this okra, I like the little blooms too. They got a nice little bloom. This stuff, I mean, I'll harvest this stuff and I'll come out here 2 days later and it's just full of okra again. It's just incredible. Here's this is actually daikon radish. But these are cucumbers. I've been harvesting cucumbers off of here. And then this isn't dead, it's just leaning over. I should tie it up. And then this is all squash, yellow squash, crookneck squash, zucchini. I got this stuff all going in here. And this is I just planted some more. I keep planting it. And this is my big mulberry tree, and I take the branches and tie them down, but it's already, I got to get these branches coming down too. This thing's grow to 70 feet, 5 feet tall. I gotta get those branches down because I'm not going to climb trees to harvest mulberries. And I just had my first mulberry. They're pretty good. I really like them. There's some shampoo ginger. There's another one right there. And this is milkweed. A bunch of milkweed and Mexican spinach, porterweed. Here's one of the. This is sassafras, and I thought I had more of this. I think I've only got 3 or 4 that have lived. Here's some sugar cane. But I'm using the sassafras. Once these should grow up. Once they get big, I can start harvesting the roots to make root beer. This is more sugar cane. And there's a persimmon. I don't know if that's going to make it. It doesn't look too good. A lot of dead leaves on it. I don't know what happened to that thing. I'm kind of giving up on that. Pretty bummed out about it. There's the other sassafras. That's another one. And sugar cane. There should be another one, a third one. And this looks like, I think that's basil. And there's basil there too. This is all Mexican spinach. These are 2 different varieties of Mexican spinach. And there's another mulberry tree. It's doing okay. It's not as, I need to probably prop that up. And this is all Mexican sunflowers along this fence here. And my plan is to, once that all grows up, I'm going to take this fence down because it's just ugly. And this Mexican sunflower will get thick, like 3, 4, 5 feet thick. And then I've got moringa growing in just inside of that. And this is this Seminole pumpkin is planted over there somewhere, and it's growing over there, and it's growing all the way out here. This stuff is unbelievable. I really got a lot of basil here. I didn't realize. And then this is just overgrown with sweet potato and the wild wing yams. I've got probably a few dozen yams in here, and this is all, again, this is going to take over this tree and cover it in another month or so. There's the porter wheat. I really like that. That's an easy flowering plant to grow. And this is all daikon radish. These are all daikon radishes. They're pretty spicy. I can't handle them. They're too hot for me. And then here's more okra. This okra is just everywhere. I got to get out here and harvest this okra quick. If I can get some more. And then that's a sun kiss? No, star fruit. That's dead. I lost that one. I'm not buying any more of those. I'm gonna get this by the star fruit and just propagate it from the seeds. I'll have better luck. And here's my lone asparagus plant. I bought a dozen of those. They all died, but this one made it. So that's good. Here's some Turk's caps, red Turk's caps, and I think they make up. There's a purple Turk's cap and maybe an orange one. The flowers taste good. I got a bunch of stuff growing here. This is, I'm gonna lose it here if I'm not careful. There's elderberry. There's an elderberry right there. I got this Seminole pumpkin's taking over. It's gonna, I'm afraid it's gonna kill this elderberry. That would not be good. I've got a lot of weeds to pull here too. But anyways, more sugar cane. There's an elderberry. And here's that Seminole pumpkin. This is just one Seminole pumpkin. It's just taking over. See, it's going out that way and this way and over here. Just one Seminole pumpkin. And here's this is probably, I don't know, pepper, bean, something maybe. And then this is a carob tree, and I don't know what this is. This might be Malanga Blanca, which is a tuber. And there's some, that's elderberry. And oh, here's my other sassafras. Yep, I've got 3 sassafras growing here. So I might be able to get cuttings off of that to propagate it. I don't know. Here's a good size Mexican sunflower. That's gonna completely obliterate that wall. I'm gonna pull out all that wood out. And then there's some more elderberry. And there's beans in there too. I saw some. There's the bean pods right there. I should have harvested those. There's the orange tree. Here, this is all beans too. Beans. Sweet potato. I got some oranges coming up here now. This produced big grapefruit-sized oranges last year, but they tasted terrible. And here's some more. This is sorghum. Got a bunch of sorghum here, and this just volunteer. This is a black-eyed Susan, just popped up out of nowhere. And there were some beans over here, but they're gone. And then this whole area here is just all zucchini and squash. And I just planted some more. Some of it's starting to come out, but this. And then over here I've got I planted these tomatoes here, and they're not doing anything. And I planted raspberries, and I got 1 raspberry left, but it's not going to produce anything. It's just, I don't know, it's not the right spot. And then I've got 3 or 4 blackberries. They're not doing anything. This is just, it's not the right spot. I don't know what, I'm going to have to yank this up and find another spot for it. I don't know what else to do. But so here, I believe, this is amaranth. And or maybe it's quinoa. I went to the health food store and they have a seed section with bulk seeds. And I got beans and amaranth and quinoa, and I just scattered it out here, and it's all coming up. It's all coming up. It looks good. These are the Mexican sunflowers. It's going to be my new natural wall. A little bit of some. I got the moringa growing here too, and in between the weeds. So I was hoping to have this all full of moringa out here, but it's coming slow. The dirt hasn't composted fully yet, so it's kind of stunted. But eventually this is all going to be a solid wall, just like that over there. This is just going to be whatever, my secret garden, I guess. And oh my God, look at this, just full. This thing is just full of okra. God, it's just everywhere. But I didn't realize it, but I mean, I've never had okra before, but that stuff is really good. And I don't know what this is. This thing, I hope that's not a weed. It looks kind of like a hibiscus. Actually, it looks kind of like marijuana, but it's not. And then this is a cranberry hibiscus. And this stuff is like it tastes like fruit roll-ups. They're really good. Tastes like cranberry. Really juicy, delicious. And then that's buttercup. My neighbor gave me some cuttings of that, and that stuff's going crazy. And I got half a dozen of these growing here. I'm propagating all this stuff because it's really easy to grow. And these spinach, these grow from cuttings. You can buy them online. About half a dozen of them. And it's really good. And one lady gave me, this is longevity spinach. This stuff's growing all over the place. But a lady gave me one of these and this one, the red one. And I've got this stuff. It's going all over here. I got it growing all over there. I got some in the back. It's everywhere.